Welcome to the Stratford IP Strategy Academy. In this session, we're going to answer the question, what is an IP strategy? And learn about building a solid strategic foundation. Let's get started. Many people think that having an IP strategy simply means having a few patents pending, but there's a lot more to it than that. IP strategy includes so many different facets. A strong and successful strategy should include elements such as making sure a company's intellectual property is guarded with the appropriate types of IP protection, ensuring ownership by the company is clear and irrefutable, managing budgets and resources, making sound decisions through business intelligence insights extracted from competitive landscapes, managing risk through indemnification and open source software policies, ensuring accountability for implementation, and so much more. IP strategy needs to be a deliberate, ongoing, and proactive process with executive accountability, otherwise the company valuation is at risk. Reactively fighting fires is the last thing that anybody wants. Your IP strategy should be based on your company's business objectives, context, and strategy. For example, when it comes to determining your IP strategy, questions you should be asking are, what is your industry-specific context? What are your product plans? Do you have a funding strategy? What about an exit strategy? What are your desired end goals? Is it to increase your valuation and leverage your IP? Will your IP be used to demonstrate innovative capacity, increase barriers to entry for competitors, or perhaps increase revenue streams? Start with the end in mind. The facets of your IP strategy should be the pillars to support these goals. Today, we're going to discuss 5 pillars that support a solid strategic foundation: fostering an innovation-minded culture, driving an intentional portfolio growth strategy, optimizing portfolio operations, leveraging insights through industry intelligence, and capitalizing through monetization and right protections. As culture drives performance, let's examine the first pillar: fostering an innovation-minded culture. In a rapidly changing digital economy, long-term survival demands innovation. An innovation-minded culture will empower everyone to bring ideas forward. Through intentional proactive IP strategy and accountability for implementation, IP generated through these ideas can be captured and protected. Documenting your IP strategy will help alignment and implementation. Accountability for implementation is a crucial factor. Otherwise, your IP strategy document will just be a report sitting on a desk, accumulating dust. For example, providing IP awareness training sessions, getting teams together to identify past and upcoming innovations in your pipeline in mini IP mining sessions, and having clear, pragmatic invention disclosure policies are all ways that will support accomplishing these goals. Once you've encouraged and identified ideas and innovations within your company, the second pillar, portfolio growth strategy, becomes pertinent. Always keep the end goal in mind. Your growth strategy should be intentional and value-based. Questions you might ask yourself: are you leveraging all the IP rights that are appropriate for your innovation? For example, have trade secrets been considered, or just patents and designs? Where will rights be pursued? One jurisdiction only, or multiple? Are all inventions of equal value? For registrable rights, would it be beneficial to accelerate prosecution or slow it down where possible? The devil is in the details. When it comes to IP, doing it right the first time will help tremendously. Portfolio operations should be managed diligently and in an optimized manner. For example, are your portfolio files managed in a due diligence ready manner? Is all your paperwork filed in a timely and easily reportable manner? It isn't during a financing or acquisition due diligence, after spending days searching for paperwork, that you want to find out that IP rights have not been assigned to the company. Do you use a forward-looking budget? Does it account for anticipated cost? And is cost realization tracked against it? Is trade secret metadata cataloged to account for their value? The fourth pillar we will discuss today is leveraging insights through industry intelligence to make better data-driven decisions. For IP analytics to be useful, they should deliver actionable insights. In practice, this means you start with the end in mind. What question are you trying to answer? For example, identifying opportunities. What is known that could be a barrier to patenting your innovation? In B2B, what are your customers patenting? Can your products further support them? How does the current state of technology affect your product development roadmap? What are competitors doing? Can you leverage previously existing technology to leapfrog barriers in development? Marketing wants to develop a brand. Are there any anticipated issues in obtaining trademark registration, or might similar brands exist that could cause customer confusion? Lastly, consider threat and risk management. Are litigious non-practicing entities in your space? What IP do they own? While developing and launching products, are there third-party rights that should be addressed? The last pillar is what you can do to maximize your IP position. Protection can be strengthened and diversified to maximize impact, while IP can also contribute to revenue through monetization. For example, claim strengthening by managing your patent family claim coverage will influence the scope of protection. Patent marking showcases technical leadership, both with customers and competitors. Furthermore, it simultaneously notifies competitors of a company's IP rights, which can be beneficial if and when damages are being calculated in infringement cases. Lastly, conventional monetization methods like licensing and divesting IP, which is no longer contributing to current business goals, can provide extra revenue. As this process is driven by your business objectives and strategies to help you leverage the full value of your IP, the final piece to remember is that it is ongoing. Your IP strategy should be dynamic and pivot with your business. The most important thing to remember when it comes to IP strategy is that it should be proactive, intentional and pragmatic, and dynamic and ongoing. When this and all the other facets come together, it creates a strong IP implementation, one that will offer CEOs peace of mind when it comes to IP strategy.